All right, boys, welcome back.
Episode 18.
Episode 18 of the podcast.
I'm going to jump in quick before Baz says episode 25 or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We are on episode 18. Glad to be back.
Yeah, all right. So episode 18, here we are. If you haven't watched our previous ones, check out the other ones. We got a sponsor for this episode.
Yeah, at Puppy This.
Exactly.
If you want great phone cases, biodegradable options, really strong, fantastic designs, hit up at Puppy This. Use our code in the description below for 10% off. Make sure you go hit them up, show them some love, tell them we sent you here. You know what I mean? Go look at the cases. If you don't like it, don't buy it, but have a look. They're fantastic. Exactly. We're actually getting ours sent out soon, so we're quite excited to see them come in. Anyway, let's get into the episode, Baz.
Sweet. And something that happened to me really, like literally 5 minutes ago that I just noticed that constantly makes me laugh. It's not something that annoys me at all. It just makes me laugh. So when you see someone has made you their close friend on Instagram, but you're not that close friends with them.
Yeah.
And then it makes you feel like, oh, should he be part of my close friends? Firstly, I don't even have close friends, so I don't use that.
I'm not a girl.
I don't use that feature. So I'm like, that always makes me question, like, fucking, do they think that we're closer than we are? What's going on here?
It's funny because it does make me like them a little bit more. I'm like, oh yeah, like look, there was that one time where I saw you passed out at the party. You know what I mean? Throwing up on yourself.
Yeah.
I said, how you doing?
Sometimes it's nice, but then on other times it's just like, I feel like this is a very asymmetric relationship because I did not know we were at the close friends level where you could post stories of you doing this fucking Darrow shit. Yeah. And I didn't know we were this close.
You start thinking, like, was it an accident? Like, what are you doing here, mate? It doesn't really make sense.
Far out, man. And I mean, it happens so often these days, like, because everyone has close stories. And I feel like now all that close stories are happening about is COVID breaking. So they break in the restrictions. Like maybe they have a gather or something. Like, it used to be them getting fucked up, but now with COVID, it's all like, oh yeah, we're having, I don't know, some shisha with some friends, or like
it'd be
just
a great
drinking.
game of Cluedo I think it's Cluedo, if you reported them and then you gave them like hints or something like that, and then they had to figure out who on their 20 close friends ratted them out. You know what I mean? Like, well, I was in it with this person, so that rules out her. You know what I mean? Like, who do I not know here? Who's the rat?
Lol, imagine if you had to figure that out. Like, who it was that ratted on your party?
Jesus Christ. Yo, another piece of hot news right now.
Yeah.
Fucking Bill Cosby got released.
Oh, yeah.
It really tells you that anything is possible.
Yeah.
You could drug and rape fucking hundreds of women. Get demonized by everyone. You know what I mean? Your whole legacy is ruined, and get out after 2 years, bro.
2 years only.
2 years.
You know what show I was recommended recently?
What's that?
The Bill Cosby Show.
Yeah, of course.
I was like, what the hell? Is like his whole show.
I'll warn you, you start feeling a bit drowsy and you wake up with a guy's finger up your ass, but that's just part of the viewing experience, you know what I'm saying?
I can't believe that guy actually had a problem, because we were way after that generation. So I never watched Bill Cosby show growing
I had
up.
no idea that shit.
So it's like, I can't even imagine that. I guess it's like sort of like Ellen coming out to be a sexual predator.
I mean, Ellen did come out to be a massive cunt.
But that's expected. Predator. I feel like most people, it's like uni lecturers.
I was shocked.
Uni lecturers always seem to be so nice, and then when you go talk to them after class because you have a question, they're suddenly all assholes.
Jesus Christ, I had such an opposite experience. I usually had uni teachers who seemed like they'd be cunts, and then you talk to them and they're actually quite understanding. But geez,
really,
maybe you're just an irritating person,
and they just don't like you. I always thought it was. This is what I always left it to in my head.
What's that?
I always thought it was because they're so like confident, because they're speaking so much, like 5 or 6 times a week they're speaking in front of a big audience. They have all that confidence, but it doesn't come across because they're a little bit nervous in front of the people. But then when you single on them like one-on-one, then all the arrogance come out, because they're like, for them it's like they're used to speaking to hundreds of people.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I've never had that experience, so I don't know. I can't agree with you on that one. Yeah, maybe your university just had bad lecturers. I don't know.
Either I've had bad lecturers, or my questions have been so dumb that they've been like, who the fuck is this guy wasting my precious oxygen by talking to me?
But no, with Ellen, it was weird. Like, people were shocked. It came out that she was like this tyrannical cunt, and it ruined her legacy. I think she's off her show. She's off her show? Yeah, I think so. I can't remember. I don't really stay up to date. I remember seeing headlines or something like that. But apparently, like, someone had ate like tuna or something like that for like lunch, and she could smell it slightly, and she told him to go stand out in the hall or something. Like, Just real.
Oh, I had that happen to me in
cunt.
science class.
In what?
In science class, I opened a can of. This is when I was bulking back in year 11. I opened my can of tuna. Yeah, dude, the lecturer made me sit in the fucking hallway and eat the tuna because it was so disgusting.
It's not quite the same thing as eating it for lunch in your own time and then coming out, bro.
But I thought it was funny because at the time I asked her like, "Oh, is it okay if I have my lunch inside?" Because I was rushed for lunch.
Yeah.
She's like, "Yeah, absolutely." And then when she realized it was tuna, I was banished to the hallway.
Yeah, shit smells like fucking whale pussy, bro.
It does, but it's you know, it's delicious for the person who's eating it. Fucking sucks balls for everyone else. Eh? But that's the beauty of. But the thing is, in the context of Ellen, I don't think. Did you think that she was that bubbly just in real life?
I just didn't like the show because I'm not a midwife or not midwife. Sorry, a middle-aged wife.
Yeah,
but no, I thought she was meant to be happy.
Yeah, I
like
can
people
see
were
that.
legit shocked. You know
Yeah, because I honestly, all of this like TV shit, like if I'm 100% honest, I don't buy most of it. Like, did you see the new Sidemen? They did kind of like a TV show. It kind of looks like it was supposed to be like one of those game shows.
Yeah,
it was obviously so it was really high production
with the
value. Yeah, but it looks like all their reactions are kind of fake. If I'm 100% honest.
What do you mean?
Like I was watching it, being like, "There's no way you guys are this excited for this. Like you do this shit every single day of your life. How can you still have this much genuine enthusiasm?"
How do you mean excited? Do you mean when the camera was on them while the thing was spinning?
Exactly.
They're playing up to the show.
Yeah.
Because in the show, all the people are always doing that.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Also, you think they were taking the piss of it?
Oh, of course they were.
Really?
It's Simon Does the Wheel. So for people who don't know, it's some show in the States called The Wheel. It's got like some spinny kind of counter. You got a bunch of experts. It'll land on a particular topic. You got to hope you get it right. Anyway, watch the video. Shout out to the Sidemen. They're doing all right, you know what I mean?
Wait, were they taking the piss of an actual version?
Of course,
I haven't watched the actual version.
No, I haven't either. But it's usually common sense, bro. What do you mean?
Oh, because in my head, I'm like, are they taking the piss? Like
they're not just enjoying the spinning sensation, bro.
I was like, why are you making it seem like it's so much fun? Like you're just spinning around a little bit. Yeah. These guys are like hacking to the fucking to the spinning. I'm like, bro, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, I know. It's a bit cringe, isn't it?
It was a bit cringe, but I mean, it makes sense if they were taking the piss intentionally.
Yeah. Bro, I was on Lana Rhodes' Instagram today, or yesterday, I think it was actually. And what I don't get, what the fuck is with bitches showing baby bumps when they're like 3 weeks pregnant?
When there is no baby bump.
I think it's literally just to like flex on people, like, look, my stomach's still flat.
Yeah.
Because Lana Rhodes is doing that the other day. If anyone doesn't know, either Kevin Durant or Mike Malak fucked Lana Rhodes and got her pregnant. No one can tell who. But
at least you'll know when the baby comes out.
It'll be pretty obvious, bro. I mean, Mike's pretty tanned. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a bit confusing. But yeah, she's showing that. I'm like, bruv, what are you doing, mate? It's flat stomach. Why are you pretending like there's a baby bump, bitch?
I think it's a flex.
I literally think it's just a flex.
It's a humble flex.
It's just to get as many photos as you can before it all goes to shit. You know?
Yeah, because you got to milk that kind of fame thing when you're pregnant.
Yeah.
But also imagine if your mum was Lana Rhodes. Like you cop enough mum jokes.
Oh mate,
as a normal teenager,
it'd be crazy.
But when your mum was the number one porn star, but you know, you'd think that in 5-10 years probably was. Then what do you do? And she's probably still running her OnlyFans at that stage. Let's be honest. Like she's not going to stop that cash cow.
I mean, how do you even be a parent with OnlyFans? That's what I don't get.
Well, there's a lot of parents with OnlyFans.
But bad parents, right? Surely.
Look, okay, here's my quick take on this one. And usually, like, you would think that I would be negative about it. I think that's like the new modern dream. If you have no face included, and it's like you and your girlfriend, you're doing kinky porn for people, and like they're paying you, 10, 15 grand a month to do this. If you can do that for a living, who the fuck wouldn't?
But why would you assume that you can get to 10, 15 grand a month?
I'm not like, it's just straight up my ass.
You're just like saying, all right, so what's the amount of money I want to live? 300k a year? Yeah, that's fine. All right, if I can get 300k a year to fuck a chick, yeah, what about 60? You know what I mean?
But assuming you could make a decent living, even if you were just making like 150k.
That's not a decent living to most people.
I know. But if you could make 150k with no like job sort of issues, like you have no boss, you have no actual responsibilities apart from making content.
Yeah, but like you've only got so many times you can fuck in the same position, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before people can start getting bored.
I understand that. Yeah, I definitely. And then you have to like kind of do all these weird fetishes that you don't like.
Yeah.
But because you got to mix it up.
Or eventually imagine that face reveal. Jesus.
Which one?
The face reveal of Leo Lulu.
Oh.
That would be a fucking video that bangs, man. Jesus.
The what one?
A video that bangs.
Was that a...
It wasn't even a play.
Was that intentionally to be
No.
fun? I don't know. What do the listeners think? This is actually a really big question because I think that would be a really good life. It'd be an amazing lifestyle. Like you think about how little you do day to day.
Why is that an amazing life?
Because you just don't do much. It's like such a stress-free life.
But it's just anxiety inducing. You're not doing anything.
Okay, well, this is the thing. I was watching a Facebook.
It's the life of an unambitious person. What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, I mean, this is the thing. I was watching a Facebook video, and essentially this guy who was an accountant at one stage, he got fired because of COVID, and he used to do cooking in his spare time. Like that was his hobby and his sort of passion. He became a private at-home chef. And then so just because of COVID, he would go to people's homes, cook food with them, and he would teach them how to make it, and he would make sushi and like really fancy dishes. And he doubled his income by doing that. And in this Facebook video, he was like, I've never been so happy. Like I've got no stress day to day. All my weeknights, all my weekends are booked. Like today's July.
So you know this guy?
I'm booked until November.
So you know this guy?
No, he's in America.
Oh, right.
It was a Facebook video.
Oh, so it's a Facebook video.
Yeah, but I'm just saying like...
So is there a chance that he's potentially selling something or advertising a certain life or maybe advertising his PDF download?
No, he was
the
just a
3L work week?
Anyway, like he was saying that like, I've had offers to expand my business, but I've only got one other employee, and that's like one of my closest friend who also does the cooking with me. So he helps me manage the orders. It's just them too. He's like, I don't want to expand it because I'm living so stress free right now. Like I'm living my life. I'm doubling my income I made before. I can wake up at whatever time. Like all I do is just to manage my business. If an emergency happens, I can just call up whoever I was supposed to go to and just be like, hey, can we do it on the weekend instead? Like, can we push it to next weekend? And most of the time they're fine. And I was listening to it like, this guy has actually made it. If what he's saying is honest, if we take what he says with a grain of salt,
selling a product, sure.
What is he selling?
Well, think about it. He could be selling himself, trying to build up his brand so he can start doing fucking promotional
He's
speaking.
already booked out till November.
No, speaking.
Oh, he's not trying to... Bro,
also, he says he's booked out till November.
He's literally said
Guess what?
that he does not want to expand the business.
I know.
He does not
want
want
to... things, bro.
Huh?
People say a lot of things.
Yeah, but...
Shaggy said it wasn't me. Something fucking on the counter. It wasn't me. It was him, bro. We all know it was him.
This guy is not someone in his like 20s who's like trying to make it. He was in his 50s.
Bro, fucking
like
what's the angry guy who always makes money?
The angry guy that always makes money?
Yeah, you know the short angry
guy. The guy that's always screaming like the reason why you're a loser is because of this.
No, I don't mean that old guy. No, I mean Gary V.
Gary V's old. Dude, he's not always angry.
He's always angry. Always. There'll be a 2-year-old who threw its thing. It's like, and that's the reason why you're not being successful. But no, that guy, he's not fucking angry. Young and he's still selling products. He's still promotional speaking and shit.
Yeah, but they're very different. Like I've got completely different vibes. So this guy was like, but I was thinking like, okay, if we were to take what he said as true, like if he's really bringing in this much money and he's just like, I think like that is the definition of made it. It's not about having millions of dollars. It's about having a job that you fucking enjoy doing, make decent money out of, and you're just living a low stress life. Yeah,
but you're saying that it's not actually. I mean, first of all, if he's booked out to November, he's probably not living a low stress life. He's probably got mad fucking bookings and working a lot. Especially if you're in the fucking. He just does dinner. That's it. Yeah. So what? You still got to manage. You got to still manage foods, manage orders, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So that's what he said. In the morning, he does his prep, and in the afternoon, he just drives over to the person's house and then cooks.
Yeah, I don't know. The idea that he's doubled his income means. How much money was he on before? You know what I mean?
Probably on like 60k, 70k.
Why? Why would he suddenly have 140 American? It's a lot of
easily.
money.
If he's charging you $1,000 for an at-home private chef cooking experience, or even $600, $700, and he's doing that.
So we don't know the cost. Yeah.
I'm just saying that 140k is not unreasonable if he's booked out till November.
So if it's not $1,000 a night, the people are paying.
What do you think they would pay? 600?
600 seems like a lot.
You think for a private at home?
If I went to a restaurant with guaranteed amazing food, and I'm spending $400, I'm expecting it to be an amazing dish between two people.
Oh no, this is between 6 people.
Right.
Like usually they'll have their friends over.
Sure.
And $400 for a 6, even at a restaurant, that's like a really low bill for fine dining. $400
people,
yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Look, maybe, but like the idea that the fact, this is why I think it's disingenuous. The fact that he comes in and says, "I doubled my income beforehand." If it's like preaching stressful, if it's like, I enjoy this way more, it's way more chill. I like life's better because I'm doing something that I like. I completely get. But the fact that they have to throw in, and I doubled my money within 6 months, makes me think, well, he's trying to sell something.
I didn't say double within 6 months using my free PDF. I just said that this guy did his business.
You said he doubled
because he was made redundant, and within, I think it was 2 years he was working at it. Like he started at the start of COVID.
Yeah.
And now he's making double what he was making.
Yeah, so 1.5 years.
Yeah, 1.5 years.
Right,
6 months.
But that's my point. Like,
there's a lot of time to build up your
no, it's not.
business. A year and a half.
Not to double your income.
Well, it's a local business. Like
also, you said income. That's not even fucking like, it's not business rev, is it?
No, it's profit.
Exactly.
Line.
Well,
and he's paying an employee as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. For a company to be able to pay yourself 140K and another person, and
but all I was trying to get to, which I think we've gone astray, is I think that when I see someone who's made it, I think of that.
Sure.
It's not someone who's making millions and millions of dollars, but is depressed, fucking has anxiety because they're always on the spotlight. I'm thinking of someone who's making enough money that they can do anything that they want. Maybe they can't have a Ferrari, but they can have a really nice BMW, but they can go on holidays as much as they want. They can have a stress-free lifestyle. I feel like that is what's made it.
Sure.
Because why would you want to have so much more, but then have all of this stress attached to it as well?
I don't know. It depends. It depends with your ambition, I guess. But like,
and you need to be very ambitious to get to that level, though. Like, that's not something that, like, someone who's just lazy won't ever have a job like that.
The fact that it's like chill lifestyle. Like, I don't believe you're not going to make millions and millions of dollars with a chill lifestyle unless you stumble upon.
Yeah, he's not going to make millions. You're not going to make millions on 150K. It would take you 10 plus years to save $1 million.
Right. How is that difficult? What do you mean?
I'm just saying that, like, you're not going to be, sitting there making celebrity level money. It's not a very scalable business if he doesn't want to scale it. Like he said. If we take what he said is true. All I'm trying to say is that, like, it doesn't matter, because as long as you're loving life and it's something that will continue, like, as a business model, it seems like it'll work after COVID, a private in-house experience.
You think?
Maybe you buy it for your friend's birthday. Maybe you
especially in the States where they didn't have restaurants open all the time. Where was he based?
In the States.
Yeah, where?
I think in Texas.
Mm.
So one of those, like, kind of where people have a little bit more money because rent is a bit cheap, I think, in Texas.
Right.
Anyway, I thought that was very fucking motivational in a very strange way.
You find everything motivational, bro. You see a snail fucking cross a crack and you're like, oh my God, I gotta go for a fucking run. Not a run. That's a lie.
Yeah, I hate runs.
No, yeah.
Oh, runs are the worst.
You went for a run once this year.
Do we have anyone here that does cardio often?
Yeah.
You do cardio.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why you do that. How do you have the effort, and how do you? What's the benefit? That's I guess what I'm asking.
The benefit is health.
Huh?
The benefit is actual health.
Okay, but what are some real benefits?
No, health. No, this is more enjoyable. Boxing is far more fun than doing weights.
Boxing?
Yeah.
I see boxing.
Like, far more enjoyable than weightlifting.
Would you classify boxing as like HIIT?
Yeah, I think so.
High intensity,
you're technically hitting
interval
as well.
training.
It's
So,
hitting.
Oh,
Maybe
it's
Jim
double
jokes
hit.
that no one's gonna get. Jesus Christ.
Oh, you know what I heard the other day? So,
What's that?
I don't know if I sent this to you, but in the western suburbs of Sydney, which is where the cluster is, like where all the COVID clusters are, cops are checking bags outside of Kmart to see if what they've purchased is essential.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I just saw that on the news, so I don't know if it's everyone. But that led me to a question, which is, what counts as essential? Because you could buy a t-shirt and say, I've literally got 0 other t-shirts. I need a t-shirt. Okay, it's essential. But then for an average person, it's not essential to buy a new t-shirt.
Did you see it on the news?
Huh?
Did you see it on the news?
It was one of those social media news updates.
Could it be, because, like, did you see all those people saying, like, oh, what the fuck was it? It was something like eastern suburbs lockdown, and it was like a fucking cop
Yeah.
someone's dog.
I saw
It's
that
like
TikTok.
Western suburbs, there's like mounted police with swords and shit like that.
Fucking dogs and all that shit.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Is it one of those things where they're saying it's like racist and stuff?
Well, what count? Oh, I think they're always going to try to spin it as racism.
That
It's like,
confuses me. I don't get, like,
well, because the media, I feel like the media always looks at things with the lens of critical race theory. Have you heard of critical race theory?
Yeah.
It's the theory that everything is about race.
Yeah.
So it's like if you...
Race isn't even a real thing, for fuck's sake. Like, what do you mean? It's
No,
just
but-
what we categorize certain people's melatonin levels as.
Yeah, exactly. But it's about everything in life is racist. So like if you say you're having a smoke and you don't have a lighter, so you go out, you leave the bar, you see a black person and you see a white person. If you ask the white person, it's because you didn't want to talk to the black person. If you ask the black person, it's because he's black, he probably smokes. Like everything is racist. That
it's
is
not very critical, is it?
Well, it's dumb.
not critical thinking because you're not thinking about both sides.
Yeah,
You're
well,
just being
I think the
biased
media.
cunt.
I think the media always looks at things with they take the racist approach. just
Yeah,
to get
I
more
don't
clout.
get like it sounds so silly. I saw a video of this guy for getting arrested and shit like that, and he was like so upset. He's like, "I've got the mask on, but the cop told him to like, "Oh, do you have some ID?" And he wouldn't give it. It's like, what do you mean? Of course you're gonna get arrested.
What if you don't have your ID on you though? You don't. I mean, prior to COVID, you wouldn't need your ID.
I think you actually are.
going to the shops.
As an adult, you're meant to, yeah.
Huh?
As an adult, you have to.
Wait, say again.
As an adult, you have to have ID.
At all times.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
So you can't just go for a run without your phone?
I'm sure they'll be nice enough, but if you've committed a crime, you need to have ID. So that's why if you don't have ID, they'll take you to the station to identify you.
Yeah, they'll take you to the station. I've
Yeah.
heard that.
But
Jesus.
but yeah, no. Apparently, you're meant to. Like, I know in the States, and I'm pretty sure I googled it for Australia, and it's the same. But it's like technically illegal to not have an ID because
In the States, it's technically...
identifiable.
Oh, it's not illegal.
No, it's illegal
Oh, okay.
in the States. Yeah.
Jeez. Well, it also made me think. I feel like in different areas, the essential like sort of line gets pushed. Because I feel like if you're in the western suburbs and you go to Woolworths and you get yourself some sparkling water, I feel like that you're probably gonna get in trouble with that. For
Yeah.
that not being
If you get shisha, essential.
but if you're in Bondi, if you're in a classy eastern suburbs, I feel like sparkling water, the cop wouldn't question it.
You
Like,
got Soda Stream refill
Yeah.
bottles. You know what I mean? Like, all that
you'd be like,
shit,
fair
yeah,
enough.
chance.
I mean, you want to have a vodka soda? Come on, enjoy it. I don't know. I feel like it's strange how. What would you classify as essential? Like, what are they looking for people buying that isn't essential?
Are condoms essential?
Well, you got to reproduce.
That's actually an interesting idea. Like, if a cop tried to pull you over and says, "Hey, yo, you're not allowed to do that," and you're like, "Whoa, what? I'm meant to have a kid. What are you talking about?" Like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, it is essential. I think a condom is essential because you got to repopulate.
condom doesn't help you repopulate.
Oh,
lad.
fuck.
What are you talking about? Doesn't replace the lives lost. It actually does the opposite.
Yeah. But I guess, I mean, you're going to have sex either way. Which then, like you would rather have it with a condom. Like we're not going to undo the last 30 years
Who
of
would
safe
rather have
sex.
sex with a condom? Bro?
Huh?
Jesus.
No, but if you're going to have dangerous
Kill
sex.
myself.
Okay, but that's if you're meeting someone new, I guess then that's against restrictions, hey?
How funny is it that rather than wearing condoms and fucking the ass, gay guys just take PrEP beforehand? For people who don't know, PrEP is the drug that can like lower your fucking your transmittable load or whatever of AIDS or HIV.
Yeah.
And if you take
Undetectable
it
and untransmissible.
untransferable, yeah. But if you also take it like, I think a couple days after you get fucked, you can get like, there's a chance of getting rid of the disease before it stays with you.
Yeah.
And actually getting rid of it.
I think it's within a month.
Yeah. So how crazy, it's like gay guys are like chicks with the pill. They'll just take a bit of hep every night or PrEP just so they can get fucked in the ass and not get it. I mean, it's smart.
Yeah.
But like, Jesus.
There's PrEP, which is the pre-exposure, but then also there's PEP, which is post-exposure. So they've got both. So if you've already got a HIV, then you can take PEP, PEP, and it'll keep it from going to AIDS.
Do you reckon if you got fucked in the ass by some guy with AIDS, would you go the very next day to get the PEP? Or if you had a month, or would you be like, I'll go next week? You know what I mean? No, milk's gonna run out tomorrow. I'll go then.
That's so funny. That reminds me of one time. So I was chatting with my barber because we've got a fucking close relationship, and
You change barber every 3 weeks. What are you talking about?
Anyway, so I was
Fucking
talking to
guy.
my barber, and he was worried. For the first time in his life, he came inside his wife because he's 21 years old. He was really young, Arab guy. Of course, he's married already, and he's like, he freaked out. He's like, I came to my wife, like I don't know what to do. So we the next morning we got morning after pills, and we were so freaked out. And then it turns out that he didn't even come inside her. He pulled out, and he was so freaked out from pulling out because he was raw dogging that he fucking got morning after the next day.
Jesus Christ.
And this man is straight because that was the day. He was cutting my hair the day off. Like the you know they'd gone the morning, like that morning they'd gone getting the morning after pill. And I'm just sitting there getting my hair cut, being like, "You better not be fucking freaking out. I'm gonna fuck up my haircut, bro. This fade
He's
better
gonna
be
pull
tight.
out.
Yeah,
Fade, bro.
this fade better be fucking tight, bro. Don't get stressed. Don't put it on me."
Jesus Christ. Oh, fucking hell, bro.
Yeah, I don't know how you go to the same barber for the last like 10, 15 years.
10, 15 years.
When was the first time you went to her?
3 years ago?
3 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was like 10, 15. So it wasn't like back in when you first started uni?
No, I just went to Allen's. But this particular
Did I introduce you to Allen's?
Huh?
Did I introduce you to Allen's?
I got taken there by my mom.
Oh,
back when I
did
was a
you?
kid.
Because I used to go there too, like
Yeah.
even in high
I
school.
went to the Hornsby one.
Oh, the Hornsby one.
Yeah.
Wait, is that the one that shut down? It used to be.
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
The one in the corner, like near the
Yeah.
bar. Yeah, same.
Near the escalators.
Same. Jeez, man.
Yeah. You ever talk to a fucking stranger, right? You're talking to them, you're chatting, you know, everything's going all right. Like, you know, you're enjoying the conversation. And then you find out they're just on a different wavelength with one particular topic, and that topic is race. So you'll start having a chat to him, and you know, it sounds like a nice old guy. You know, you might be serving him at work or something like that, and he'll be like, "Yeah, but the fucking Chinese, I swear to God," you know what I mean? Like the way they, and you're just like, "Whoa, what the fuck's going on, bro? How did that come up? Why, yo, I'm not with him, yeah." And it's so funny because, like, as a white guy, the amount of times old white people will start talking to me and then just start shitting on other races.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, "Hey, yo, chill. What the fuck is this shit?" And I'm like, "What the fuck do I say?" Especially when you're a customer, like,
Or as in
when
like
you're
they're the server.
No, when I'm the server and they're the customer, and I'm like, "Yo, I can't just tell them to go fuck themselves because then I'll get fired or some shit." But like,
Would you get fired for telling someone who's being racist to fuck themselves?
I think so.
You
You can't
reckon?
say go fuck yourself.
Hmm?
You can't say go fuck yourself. You
Well-
can't be that aggressive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
What if
they
your
don't know that
manager
shit.
was the person of color that they were? You probably have a gateway there. If they
Maybe,
were-
but she's a white woman, so
fuck.
actually that might be even better. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
White women seem to care about everyone's problems,
Yeah.
or at least say they do.
I know. Go on. So someone
But
would
yeah,
be racist.
it's such a fucking awkward experience because like it started with, you know, them laughing at jokes, you laughing at theirs, something, and then like the second that gets dropped, it's just like it's like shitting yourself in an elevator. Like, oh, it's like being in an elevator when someone shit themselves. You just want to get as far as fuck away as possible, but you're stuck in a tight location. You know what I mean? You can't escape,
so fucking awkward. That
bro.
situation.
It's the worst.
How did this even happen? What was the context of this?
That happened.
What?
I'm working and just people start being racist.
What do they say?
I don't know. Fucking Chinese.
Jeez,
Yeah.
bro.
Like, Chinese are lovely. What are you talking about?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you know what's actually strange? So I was about to say I actually haven't experienced much racism myself.
Yeah.
And when I see it, it's always like meme racism. It's never genuine hatred for a culture. Like
Sure.
maybe it's like, oh, the Chinese for
What do
starting
you mean you
COVID.
have?
Huh?
A woman on the bus.
Yeah, but I don't think that's real racism.
That's
I
real
think-
racism.
I don't know, man. That
That
was
bitch
the one I
wasn't
was
making
talking about.
jokes, bro.
She was angry at the Chinese for starting COVID. Like I don't know if that's real racism.
Of course it is. What do you mean?
Yeah. Obviously it is racism.
That's not meme racism. Blaming the Chinese for a fucking one person eating a bat. A whole 1.3 billion people. What are you
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about?
Because what I would say real racism is saying like, oh, these people deserve to get paid less.
Yeah,
That
it's
is real
malice
racism.
intent.
Huh?
It's malice intent.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's still racism. I'm not denying that one bit, but it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's not as intense. But something that I have noticed is that white people are so sensitive to that stuff.
How do you mean?
It's like their life goal is to not be racist. Unless, okay, they either are racist, depending on age, or their goal is to never be, like, they always clarify everything to make sure that what they said doesn't seem like racism.
Yeah, but it's because the media depicts
Yeah.
every white person as saying the N-word before they go to bed. You know what I mean? Like praying up to the sky.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Fucking, like, you know, please, oh, please let a small village in Kuwait burn today. You know what I mean? And it's like, bro, most of us aren't like that. Yeah, like, especially when you live in Australia, UK, US, where you're surrounded. It's very multicultural.
Yeah.
Like, you go to a lot of European countries, and because it's very homogenous, there's a lot of, you know, racism out there.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I'm sure there's heaps of racism here, and any listener who's a person of color could like count like many times they've experienced that. And I'm not trying to deny that, but I think the way it gets portrayed is that every white person's like that. So if someone does something small, then suddenly it's like, yep, see, you're all like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And that's why people are always clarifying that shit.
Yeah.
And it is funny because like you look at the racism of other races, it's so extreme.
Yeah.
You ask a fucking North Indian what they think of a South Indian. You know what I mean?
Dude,
the
that's the
colorism
thing.
is fucking legit out there.
Racism is so much more fucked in third world countries.
Oh yeah, 100.
It makes you think that like I think it's just a part of humans that you can't get rid of. It doesn't matter like as you get to
it definitely is.
Huh?
It definitely
Yeah,
is.
and as you get to a more and more like progressive society, the racism becomes slightly less. Like maybe you don't like them, but it's not like if you're in the third world country where you wouldn't even let them into your country. Like you have places in South Africa where white people are afraid to go to because they will die. Yeah. And you have places where black people are afraid to go to because they know they will die if they go there. And then you compare that to here where someone like, I don't know, like you could call them a name and they'll call that like extreme racism. It's like, I don't know if that's extreme. It's like, just go to a different country and you'll see there's a whole other fucking level to this.
Wow, you tell him to get out of this country. Jeez, Baz.
Say again?
You just told him to get out of the country.
No,
I
I
can't
didn't.
believe
Well,
you
I'd
did
never
that.
say
That's
that.
so racist, bro.
I've been told to say that. I've been told to go to my own country a few times.
Really?
Which is surprising because I was born here. So it's like...
How are you saying you haven't experienced racism?
Because I don't think it was racist.
Of course it is.
No, it was
Of
more
course
like...
it is.
I can't remember the... Like I literally don't even remember it. But it's happened a couple of times.
So of course it's racist. What are you talking about?
No, it's more like you saying like, oh, back home, this and this will be cheaper. So like, because of X, Y, Z, this is a cheaper. So this is some of the luxuries you miss out on. And they'll be like, oh, why don't you go back home then? They're like, oh, because, everything else here is better. You can't win them all.
You just said, go back. Someone's told me to go back to my country. That's very different to like, oh, so why do you stay here?
It's okay. It wasn't like that.
You make it seem like, well, if it's so bad here, why don't you go back to fucking Baghdad? It's like, well, I'm not from Baghdad. I was actually, my family's Palestinian, and we go, they go to Jordan, in a
It's
month.
all the same.
It's like, well, fucking among this cunt. Jesus.
Or is this racist? So one of my friends,
yes.
you actually know him. I don't want to say his name.
Great.
He told me that his mate,
I'm saying yes.
his mate used to work in like a retail job. He worked a lot with the customer, but it was face to face.
Yeah.
But he would always work with new customers. So whatever, he would always wait for them to say hi first, and then he would speak to them in their accent.
Oh my God.
And then he's telling me this story, and I'm saying this is so fucking racist. Like, what the hell is that? Like,
That's shocking.
Like, so a Chinese person comes up to him, speaks in a Chinese accent, he will reply back in a Chinese accent. But he phrased it. He made it in a seem like, oh, like it'll be easier for them to understand.
That's fucking retarded. Is this guy an idiot?
Well, he got fired because of it.
Of course.
Yeah, I
As
was
he
about to
should.
say.
Fucking retard.
Jesus Christ.
That's shocking, mate. Jesus. Because the idea that it would make it easier, like broken English and broken English don't make perfect English. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you talk to them with fluent English, they're going to understand that better than you just mocking them. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Like they've learned English from people who speak English fluently, yeah. So when they're speaking it,
you should have speak slower, I think.
Yeah, of course.
You should speak slowly and
He's a cunt, the guy who did it.
I was about to say, man, that's
shocking.
fucking...
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man. It's funny how that puts me literally in the village that we grew up. God damn, man.
Yeah, that place had an air of racism.
Literally, the shopping center, literally you would go in there, you would smell racism.
Just too many South Africans, bro.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it like that.
Bro, I had so many bad experiences working. I worked at a grocery store near this area, and I had so many bad experiences fucking working in that area.
Like what?
They were just the biggest Karens. I was like, oh, fuck off.
What would they say?
Like, I had this thing. Look, maybe people bug out about this more than me, but there was salmon, red meat, and like chicken, and they bought it. And I was like, "Oh, do you want the meat separate in a bag?" Because she also had like groceries and shit, like apples or whatever. And she's like, "Yeah, sure." So I do that. I chuck them all together. She says, "Oh, you said you're going to put the meat separate." I'm like, "Oh yeah, no, they're all in that bag." And she said, "Fish isn't meat." And I was a bit like, what? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
It's not meat.
we did the same. Fish and chicken aren't meat.
Yeah, you're crazy.
Yeah, because in different languages it's split up. Like it's clarified. Like even though it's say dark meat and light meat, and even if you have like a darker piece of chicken, like a thigh, it wouldn't be meat.
Yeah, but and I said to her, it was such a funny like response. So I say that. So she's like, fish isn't meat. So I put the fish separate. And then she said, you've still not done this. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I put the fish in there. She's like, why is there chicken and that, right? So I guess to your point. And she's like, oh, you obviously know nothing about the Jewish religion. I'm like, oh, not really. Like, what do you want? And then I said, like, what is meat then? She said, flesh of an animal. I'm like, a fish isn't an animal? Then she loses it. She gets so angry.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
my
She's like, I
God.
want to speak to your manager right now. My manager comes out. He's a Chinese guy, but he can speak English good.
Yeah.
He goes full, I can't speak English, you know, like,
Oh,
he does a fucking
what?
bow, you know, it was like, him just trying to say like, oh, I don't speak English, don't make this annoying. The second she leaves, he's back to normal. It's fucking hilarious. But then thank God the woman behind her was like, that woman is a fucking animal. Like, she abused this poor boy. And he's like, oh, okay, cool, and left. So I was like, oh, sweet. Because I thought I was going to lose my job. But yeah, the idea that, like, why is it all separate? Meat's flesh of animal, cunt.
Yeah.
It's an animal.
I understand both points.
We got an update on the videos as well, actually. So we've got 2 videos. Or we got one coming out.
Yeah.
We were going to do it about relationship advice, and we posted a story. So just as an FYI, so we might actually take this time to answer those questions now, so that they are answered. But we actually sacked that video off. We've got another video coming out. Should we spoil what the next video is?
Ooh. Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah,
Let 'em
so
know.
we're going to do another tier list, and it's going to be ranking porn stars. So it's already filmed. We've already done the video. We've ranked the porn stars from best to worst. So I think it's a fucking hilarious video. So I can't wait for it to come out. Watch out for that one. Make sure your notifications are up, and make sure you're subbed to the YouTube.
It should be fun. It should be fun, lads.
But for now, we'll go through we put a question. And what was the question again? What was your girl problems?
It was like relationship advice.
Yep. Sweet. So we'll go through them now.
I'm just trying to find it because we had a few things in it.
Yeah, all good.
Okay.
So essentially, we were saying, you know, if you had any questions, like if you have you or one of your friends is in like a problem with a girl, like you're trying to get with her or something's trying to happen, what is a question that you want advice to?
So Jet Rindo 6 says, when you break up with your GF but still close friends, but a friend fucking hates you and holds a grudge for like 3 years.
Are you a fan of the being friends with your ex?
I've done it.
Yeah.
It depends if there's feelings.
Look, I'm currently doing it. I'm not a big fan of it. I'll be 100%
You're doing it
honest.
with about 17 people.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
can cut that if you want, but
That's the issue. It's currently 3 right now.
yeah.
And it's I'm telling you, it's not a fucking like it does not. It feels dirty.
So what? Dirty's fun.
It feels
Dirty's
dirty.
hot.
So I'm not like my advice is cut that relationship. Like just stop being friends with her. Like, you can make another friend.
She's still close friends though.
I know.
It's the other friend.
I know. But you shouldn't be friends with them in the first place.
Why?
Because you should like that might stop you from finding someone else, and your
Why?
future girlfriend might be annoyed at that.
Yeah. Tell your future girlfriend to stop being fucking jealous.
You can't just stop being
Jealousy's so
jealous.
unattractive.
I know, but you can't just stop it.
You can.
It's
Grow up. Cunt.
You can be in a situation that would be like less jealous worthy.
Sure, but if you've been friends for this long, you know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
It's crazy that the friend still hates him though. Like her mate still hates him 3 years later after they've still been close friends this entire time.
And what would you recommend for him?
I have no fucking idea, but like I'm saying, it's crazy that this
Yeah.
this bitch
Have you
is still
tried tackling it on face like front on with a friend? Just having like a one-on-one with them.
Maybe that's
Try
cool.
fucking the friend.
Then the other one would be pissed. Fuck.
Yeah.
Just shifting it from one to the other.
Yeah.
Zach said, I'm able to start conversations with girls, but I get immediately nervous if we don't hit it off.
Okay. Have you tried using the end of the sentence technique?
What's that?
It's so like you listen to whatever they say, and then whatever they say at the end, you say, going based on that, and then you conclude, which is like what 13-year-old me used to learn how to keep a conversation going. So essentially, if you're worried the conversation's going to shit, or like you're not sure, like you feel like awkwardness is impending, so whatever they say, so they'll be like, oh, I really like roses. You're like, oh, what made you like roses? And then have an open-ended question which they can then answer to. And then whatever they say at the end, oh, because it helps with bees and I love bees. And then you go, okay, so what do you like about bees? Like, you can continue it that way. And you can have an endless conversation if you just listen to what they say right at the end. You continue it.
That's depressing, bro.
Why?
Because it's not a real conversation.
It's not. It's like, this is not how you should have a conversation, but, and I haven't done it since I was probably fucking 18, but like that's
started 13, now 18. Look, I invented it last week. All right, I'm going to put a PDF out this week. Let's do it.
No, I learned it in 13, used it until 18.
Right.
Like, it works like a charm. If you're worried that the conversation's going to die, this will fucking keep it forever. Like, you can use the technique infinitely.
Yeah, fuck. Jack Giverain drop memes. He says he's too far in the friend zone and the chick won't date him for that sole reason.
So what would you do if you're in the friend zone?
I think the fact that she says, I won't date you for that sole reason, like, I don't want to date you because it's going to ruin the friendship, I think there's a good chance she just doesn't want to date you.
I totally agree.
You know what I mean? Which is, it's hard to hear and stuff like that. But the reality is there's going to be people that don't find you, maybe not find you attractive, who knows? But there's going to be people who don't want to date you, and there's going to be people who want to date you. And it's about navigating through. Because, like, at the end of the day, you want to date someone who wants to date you, yeah?
Yeah.
You don't want to be with some chick who's fucking feeling obliged or feels awkward or whatever. You know?
Here's a hot take. There is no such thing as a friend zone.
Yeah, I agree.
All it is she doesn't like you.
Yeah.
Sexually.
Yeah.
That's it. So people can either like you sexually or they can't. There's no such thing as this friend zone bullshit. Whether you're friends with her, it's up to you. It's up to her, whatever. But there's no such thing. She either likes you or she doesn't.
Yeah, like the idea of that.
And that's flexible. You can make her like you.
How many people are friends with someone for ages and then they just end up fucking, bro? Like,
it happens.
It happens a lot.
Yeah.
Like, you'll have friend groups who've like been friends all the way up since they're fucking, 13, 14. Like, which have guys and girls. And then people just start fucking. Yeah. Like, the idea that being friends with someone stops it is silly.
Yeah. And you can make her like you, like, with your actions.
Yeah,
So,
of course.
so the advice is make her like you. Fucking maybe... And it's a bit sad that the first thing that comes to my head is be a dick to her. But it's like, maybe reply to her messages a little bit slower. Start talking to other girls and make her know about that. Like, try to make her a bit jealous. I think that always helps a little bit. When you're trying to get with a girl that doesn't
also,
like you.
just don't care.
Yeah.
Just fucking...
The
Just go
indifference.
for... Just... it's not like don't care, but like... And it's not don't pretend to care or pretend not to care. Just don't care.
Yeah.
Like, live your life.
When you move on, she'll start liking you.
Yeah, don't be the guy that requires her to make you feel happy. Be happy with yourself and she'll follow along like a little fucking puppy dog, mate. Like, confidence and ambition and drive and shit like that is what's attractive. But if you're constantly like asking a chick, oh, where do you think this is going? Or you're just too on her nuts, then she's just not going to find it attractive, is she?
Yeah. Yeah.
Todd Boy Mills says, going all the way for her, but she does fuck all for you. I assume that means eating pussy but not getting head. Is that what it means?
Yeah. No, I think we both know what he means. Like, he's going out, fucking buying nice dates, going on dinners, and then...
Wait, is that... I actually thought it was getting...
Oh,
pussy,
really?
not getting head.
Oh, no, I thought it was like, taking her out to a nice dinner, and then she asks for a lift home, and then you don't go home with her.
I mean, that's the rookie mistake though, mate.
Yeah.
You don't buy girls
Don't
drinks at
overinvest.
nightclubs. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like...
Just-
the reality is people, if you go down that track route, people will abuse you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. My advice would be just stop over investing, because it makes you expect things from her.
Yeah,
and
that's
you
the
have
thing.
no right to expect anything from her.
Don't expect she's gonna smash.
Yeah.
No matter how much money you put down. If you put down $1,000, that's on you. You got to be ready to put down $1,000 there,
Like,
because
via,
there's gonna be a chance where she's not gonna want to fuck, and you feel like you wasted your money. So if you spend $1,000 to fuck,
Yep.
that's the issue.
Yep.
Like, take her out on dates that like...
You could literally go for a coffee, spend $7, and then go out for drinks, and then 2 rounds of drinks, $40?
Yeah,
and smash.
She's not gonna smash. She's not gonna smash. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just saying that if you give it,
Baz is giving us the fucking Bill Cosby thing. It's like, look, if you buy her a drink, slip a little something,
No,
suddenly,
not at all.
who
Well,
needs to
all
know?
I'm trying to say is that if she feels less pressure to smash because you haven't invested anything, that probably will turn her on more than if she's thinking, oh, he spent so much money, he's expecting this from me, she's now nervous and she's probably not going to smash.
Yeah, I think a lot of girls, not all girls, obviously, there's heaps of people, but I think a lot of girls fall into the freeze or flee or flight category.
Yeah.
And when they feel super pressured and uncomfortable, they're immediately like, how do I, like, I don't want to do this, I want to get out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why a lot of times girls have the things like, if he's being weird, call me or something like that, you know what I mean, to their friends, like,
Absolutely.
to kind of have reasons to get out. But yeah, Just like maybe go take her out to, do some active shit like fucking hiking or something.
Something low investment.
Posher area. Yeah, you spend $7 on a coffee, but it's only $7.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it doesn't feel cheap. You're not taking her out to Macca's.
Yep.
Because you're around wealthy people. You're just not having to eat the wealthy people food,
Yeah, absolutely agree with that.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Straight Supreme Satan says, my girl's moving and I'm not sure if I can do long distance. You got a bit more experience with long distance.
Yeah, look, I've been exactly where you are. I think if I'm 100% honest, if there's a date where you think that she'll come back, say she's going to go overseas for a year and then come back, she's doing exchange, you could make that work. I've seen it work. I've seen 90%, like out of 100 times, I've seen 90 of them fail, but there's still 10 that succeed. If there's no date that she's going to come back, like if she's going back home or if she's like going there for a job and she's not going to ever come back and you're not ever going to go there, I would kind of say just end it. And as much as it hurts, she wouldn't have left if she thought that it was going to be if she thought that you would be her husband, she wouldn't have left for a job.
And I'm not going to lie, if you're going to do it, if you're going to break up with her, like you decide that, I don't think you do the thing where she goes over there and then you just do it over a phone call or text.
Definitely not. No,
do it in person, be a man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She probably won't appreciate it. She'll be upset.
Almost surely you'll be still texting when she's gone anyway.
Yeah.
So
you'll
don't
get your
worry about
nudes.
it
Don't
too
worry,
much.
lad. Just ask Bas. Okay, this is an interesting one. Max Oz 12 says, so I like this girl, but she's always hanging around other boys.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, then who the fuck cares?
Exactly.
I don't care at all.
Bro, you gotta, maybe you're young, maybe you're not. You gotta understand that, like,
wait, how attractive are her friends? Is she best friends with the basketball team? Because that's a lot easier said than done.
No, but even if she is, you got to understand, like, you should be so confident. If you're going to date a girl, you should be so confident that if she's in bed with fucking Chris Hemsworth, the other Hemsworth, and someone else, she's not going to do anything. You know what I mean?
Okay,
the idea that
cool
you have
in
to be
theory,
there
but-
every second to cock block her just in case she decides
I
to
don't
slip
know.
up.
Okay, look, I agree with you, but I don't know if I want to be in a relationship that requires that level of confidence from me.
What do you mean?
Because I'm going to have times when I'm not feeling confident. And I don't want to have your best friend be Chris Hemsworth.
Why?
I'm just saying that.
You
like,
wouldn't
that's,
date a girl because she has a good looking friend.
No. That's not at all. I'm just saying that it's just, if you're best friends with the basketball team, and they're all like, fuck, oh, okay, if you're best friends with like the modeling agency down the road, and like your 6 best friends are all like fucking
gay
incredibly
male
good looking
models,
guys. No, they're okay. For the hypothetical, we'll say that they're straight.
Yeah, that's a real hypothetical.
I'm just saying, like, I completely empathize with the guy that says like, oh, okay, fuck, what do I do?
Why?
At the end of the day, it is up to being confident. But like you can't get her to change.
I don't think you can't just tell her to stop being friends with people. You'll be that crazy boyfriend.
Exactly.
But also, girls aren't like people describe them like the fucking magpies looking for shiny objects. Like, guys are far more likely to go fucking stray if there's a hot looking girl than a girl.
You reckon?
Yeah. Like, there's a statement, which I don't think this is true. This is obviously, there's nuances to all this, but people say guys cheat for physical pleasure, but girls cheat emotionally.
Yeah.
And in order to cheat emotionally, you have to have some attraction to the other person's emotions. Right? Now, I don't necessarily agree with the statement, but I don't think just because she's friends with a good-looking boy that suddenly he's gonna, that you can't feel fucking safe when she goes out. You know what I mean? Like, you should be panicking, walking back and forth every night. Like, you're just gonna enjoy life, bro. If you're living
your answer is don't even worry that you're thinking of it from a man's perspective, not from a woman's perspective.
How do you mean?
So it's like, don't worry about it at all. Be confident because she's not going to cheat on you if she's happy with you.
Yeah, no, I don't think she will at all.
No, I totally agree with that advice.
You know what I mean? And like,
totally agree
again, you don't want a girl who doesn't cheat on you because you're there. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, people have this thing like, oh no, you can't go out with girls because some shit's gonna happen. But it's like, if the second she's out of your sight, you're afraid she's gonna cheat on you, she's either disloyal or you're insecure.
Yeah,
those are the two options.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I love that advice, but I also understand why you're feeling concerned. But that's our advice.
Okay, this is one. NOK, that 6 foot shit drives me nuts.
What's 6 foot shit?
You know them all the girls always saying if she's under 6 foot.
Bro, okay, this is my hot take.
Yeah.
And I might not be the right person to ask for this.
Sure.
But I'll say that don't even fucking worry about it. Why? Yeah. Because girls set all of these rules. Girls have a fucking checklist of shit they want. 6 figures, big dick, maybe a good sized dick, 6 foot plus, XYZ, you know, good family, all this stuff. But then they'll break all of those fucking rules as long as they're attracted to you. Now, I don't think you understand, like, girls don't have that many options. Like, they're not sitting there with fucking all these amazing options. Like, maybe they have a bunch of guys sliding into the DMs that they wouldn't even consider. But if you're hitting like 6 out of 10 of their fucking requirements and they really like your personality, they'll it doesn't matter if you're 5'7", 5'6".
Girls chat such shit when it comes to all that stuff.
Exactly.
They'd be saying like, oh yeah, I'm just not attracted to black guys. And then all of a sudden they're in the Caribbean getting ganged out by 3 of the brothers. Like,
literally.
It's just how it goes. You can't take it serious. Like, look, there are some guys who are like proper tiny and it makes it harder. But guess what? There's Filipinos for you, mate.
Yeah. And there's Thai girls.
You know what I mean? Like, you just gotta have confidence. The reality is, I think Harry Jowsey said this. Harry Jowsey is that guy who's on Too Hot to Handle.
Yeah.
He was talking about like this is fucking real 4D podcasting right now. Guys, not guys who fuck. What's the fucking one with the blonde chick who's a Barstool girl?
I can't remember.
Call her Daddy. She had him on, and she said, "What would your advice be to girls who are unconfident?" And he said he had a friend who was like skinny as fuck, but he had so much confidence, had like mad hot girlfriends, all this kind of stuff. And he wasn't a good looking guy. And he said like, what's this? And he's like, I'm in my body. This is it. I can't have another one. I've got to love myself, because if I don't love myself, who else will? You know what I mean?
There you go.
And it was quite powerful, because it's like,
that's so powerful.
Legit, if you're constantly worried about every little imperfection, then everyone else is just going to see your worry. They're not going to see your fucking like desire or strength or any of that kind of shit. You know what I mean? So, mate, if you're feeling fucking insecure about it, you just got to push through. You got to fucking learn to love every second about it. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you feel like you're fat, go to the gym. If you feel like you're unconfident, you know, I don't know, go take acting classes. I don't know.
What I wanted to say
Do the thing Basil said when you say the last 3 words.
Anyway, so the first thing I was going to say is the most swiped upon height on Tinder is 5'11". So it's below 6 foot. And now, okay, obviously that's skewed because there's a lot more 5'11" guys than there are 6'4" guys.
Do you know what it is? It's because everyone from fucking 5'6" to 5'10" say 5'11".
But I'm just saying, like, what girls look for is 5'11" most of the time. So all I'm saying is that, like, regardless if that's true or not, and above and beyond that, you know, I have a very similar experience to Harry, like, you know, not exact same, but when I was in high school, it was like the fucking 5'7" guy that was getting all the hot chicks just because he was really confident. So like at the end of the day, I don't think that it matters that much. Obviously, I'm above 6 foot, so I wouldn't be able to help you there. But I don't think it, and I can tell you from the other side that it's not. I don't walk into a club and then 16 girls come to me. Fuck it, it's not like.
I can't get over the cap you just said. There was the 5'7" guy who got all the hot girls. Baz, I've seen the girls at your school. There was no hot girls. Fucking hell.
Yeah, he had one hot girlfriend. Anyway,
and she wasn't from his school.
She wasn't from my school. No, definitely not. Anyway, I'm just trying to say, like, it's not like easy mode on the other side. It's not like you're 6'4" and then suddenly you get all these girls.
No, of course everyone has shit they got to deal with.
Exactly.
Mate. You know,
I'm sure you know friends who are tall. They're not swimming in pussy.
Poor people have to fight to struggle. Rich have income tax. You know what I mean? Skinny people have blowing away in the wind. Fat people have running up a hill. Everyone has struggles they have to get through.
Yeah,
you know?
It's difficult everywhere you go.
That's the thing, bro. You just got to fucking
just be happy with what you have, because you can't change it.
Exactly.
I've been seeing a lot of those surgeries, actually, those height surgeries on my TikTok. Have you seen any of them?
No.
They can increase your height up to 5 inches.
Really?
Yeah. It takes around a year.
What about your dick?
Huh?
What about your dick?
I think that's been available.
I don't think it's real.
You don't reckon?
Nah, I don't know. I got sus things from it. Apparently, like, a lot of people have died from it or something like that, from going septic.
Yeah. I mean, I also don't think that you need a huge dick to fucking do well in bed. You definitely don't. Like, there's so many ways to get better without needing a big dick.
Get a fast tongue and you're sweet.
Yeah. I would even argue to say that there's way better ways to make a girl come than to fuck.
Yeah, of course.
So I mean, either way.
Bitches be loving the tongue, let's be real.
Yeah.
Let's keep it a buck.
Shit. Anyway, boys, so I think we're about an hour in.
Yes, sir.
We're actually going to jump off because we're going to watch the Conor McGregor fight.
Yes, sir.
That's literally just about to start.
Talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah. So we'll talk about it in our next podcast, maybe, if there's something worth mentioning.
Make sure to hit up Puppy This, and make sure that you use our referral code down below. That's just the coffee machine in the back. Don't stress about that shit. We'll keep running.
Yeah.
Fuck it. It's just cleaning. Hit the referral code down below in order to get 10% off at Puppy This. get a great phone case today. Hit up the TikTok, hit up the Instagram. Make sure you fucking pay attention this week. I think Thursday, Friday, the new video will come out. So get fucking hyped for that. And thanks for it, lads.
Sweet, boys. And what's the secret word for this podcast?
I don't know. What do you think?
Conor McGregor.
Fuck it, let's go Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor.
Fingers crossed he wins. Otherwise,
fit it in somewhere. All right, boys. I'll see you guys later.
See you, lads. Have a good one.
And hopefully England wins tomorrow.
Yeah, fingers crossed. It's coming home.
Yeah. All right. See you, boys.
Bye.